Hey, y'all. Welcome to Black Spin. How y'all doing today? I hope everyone having a pleasant morning, child. I'm just here real quick. It's a shame I have to do a video like this. Let me go ahead and come on the camera. Y'all know my good friend daughter made this picture for me, so I like to use it. Okay. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. So, I actually haven't been to bed yet. I was up all night. Like, oh my God. I had lobster and shrimp at 5 o'clock this morning. It's crazy. But yeah, baby, these YouTube streets and buzzing. Now, I wasn't even gonna do a video about Dr. Dre and his deploracy. Well, what was Cynthia? She called him a trash bag bitch. Oh, I laughed every time she said it. But it's so weird that a billionaire is not a high value man. I thought it was based on income. God damn, it's a whole life, baby. Hold on, let me go grab me some orange juice real quick, honey. Cause we about to gag and get into it, honey. Sad. It's a horrible day, baby. Feel so bad for him. Y'all come on in here now. Let's talk about it today. Mm. All right, it's going down, y'all. I'm about to really get into it now. Isn't that sad? Okay, so we all know what's going on with the daughter saying that she's homeless and stuff like that, right? So, but let's do a few prerequisites. So let's start off here with Dr. Dre's dad.
Good morning, I'm
I want
Dr.
you to listen to
Christopher
this real
Dunch.
carefully, okay, guys?
Let's begin.
Hey, doctor. I heard you came across some of Christopher Dunch's surgeries.
Sir, there's a lot of bleeding.
He knew what he was supposed to do, and he did the exact.
What's up YouTube, it's Hip-Hop Channel YTV and I'm back with another video. West Coast rap icon Dr. Dre has had his entire personal life laid out for the public in recent months. The latest piece of family drama sees Dr. Dre's father coming forward to shed some more light on his view of the doctor's past. The page 6 section of the New York Post ran a feature piece on Dr. Dre that went into detail about the good, the bad and the ugly of the hip-hop mogul's life and career. In it, Dr. Dre's father, Theodore Young, talked about their non-existent relationship, seemingly blaming that on Dre's mother and grandmother bad-mouthing him.
So basically, he's a fatherless child. I'm gonna read this to you real quick, because this has a lot to do with it. I haven't seen Andre since his grandfather died. We don't know when his grandfather died, but we'll look into it. I can't even remember when it was. The 73-year-old told the Post from his home near Sacramento, California. We have no relationship. My son loves me. They tell me they love me. But coming from where I come from, most young men like Andre, who have a big success, do not give a goddamn thing. Wait a minute. Don't give a goddamn thing about their dad. Don't give a damn, about their dad. Okay. Wow. So whose fault is that you haven't seen your son? And you mean he's supposed to give a damn about his dad once he becomes successful? Were you a part of that success?
So Theodore Young says, I haven't seen Andre since his grandfather died, and I can't even remember when that was. Dre's dad told the Post.
So for you to blame the fact that you were a derelict and not a father, for you to blame it on the mother is crazy, because I don't think no woman has the power to actually keep a man away from his child. Let's just be real. No woman has that authority. No woman has that power. You can go to court. If she wants to fight you in court, you can get lawyers. You know, there is ways to preserve and present yourself and force your way into a child's life, even if the mother is being erratic or not wanting you to be a part of their life. So I want to bring that up. I just want to bring up the fact that he is a fatherless child who has the audacity to have fatherless children, which I think is really weird because it seems that his older black children are the ones who were fatherless. His younger children were not. And now we all know that he married Nicole. He was Nicole's side dude. Okay, she was married to another NBA player. You don't believe me? Let me show you. Let's see. She was actually a lawyer, so she know what she was doing when she stayed married to Dre for 20 years, getting knocked all upside her head and getting guns pulled on her. Now, mind you, she acted like he wasn't a predator and he wasn't violent when she was with him. Now all of a sudden, she had guns pulled on him and had her hair snatched and they've been dragged all over the mansion. But with Miss Chalet and Lisa was telling us all these things. Oh no, no, no! It's every baby mama he has a restraining order against him. I don't know how she spells her name. Okay, there he is. Sadal Treat, 1992. They split after 4 years because she met a richer man. Let's go. Let's see who he is. So this is a whore from way back because he was fucking. I'm surprised she wasn't fucking around on Dre. See, so she was married when she met Dr. Dre. So let's just be real. Now all these women that he put three to one children in when he was in Compton, LA, and all over California. He married this white girl after 6 months after dating Miss Chalet for years. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not trying to say she got a different man. Maybe he's a better father to those white kids because we don't even know none of the black children. Even now, watch this. Y'all wouldn't even know this man had 9 kids. 5 black ones and 4 white ones. Let's see. They're only showing 7 here, and that's with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, from what I could tell, the 2 children that are missing, this is Miss Chalet's son. I don't know whose son this is. This is another woman's son. He died of a heroin overdose. Again, a fatherless child. That's kind of what happens to them. They get lost in the sauce. All of these children are from the ghetto, except for this one, and there's another one. I don't know if the other one is a stepchild or not. See this guy here. This one here, I don't know who this is. So I don't know if these are stepchildren or all 3 of these are his or what. But I know one of his name's Truancy. One of his name is Truly. Let's go and see. Because he has 3 kids. I don't want to make this a super long video. But he has 3 kids with Lisa Johnson. He started getting her pregnant at the age of 15. Let's just go back. Images. So she's dead. This is Curtis. This is Marcel. So it's Latanya. And she has 2 sisters. They don't want to be seen or heard of. Then there's this young man. Then there's Miss Chalet's son. Then in between this guy being born and this guy being born, he had this guy, which is number 6. And then the 3 kids he has here. Tara, Truce, and Truly. So, whatever the name is. So, that's 8. 3 kids with her. Oh shit, I done lost count, guys. He done got so many I done lost count of my damn fingers. Okay, let's try this again. There's him, the deceased child from overdose. There's Latanya, her two sisters that are stair-step kids born back to back by Dre. Then there's her and her two brothers. Of course, they were born last. The rest of them are older. There's him, which is Miss Chalet's son. There's Curtis. That's 8. I'm still missing a child, but I know he has 9 children. Okay, so I want to just get straight into it. The reason why I'm calling him a deadbeat is because he didn't raise any of his children. I want to show you one of his happy children so you know that this is an unbiased video. This young man name is Curtis. Now, I found an interview of his where, now, mind you, he was raised by another man. He didn't find out that Dr. Dre was his father until he was like 15 or 16. And it took him like 5-6 years to reach him. The man still wanted a DNA test, even though he looked just like him. He wanted, you could tell by his voice, he wanted to be in the movie playing his dad, but he just wasn't cast, you know? Which is sad in itself, but you know, and he lied about it. I heard the crack in his voice when I watched the interview. Let me see. I think Curtis. Okay. Now mind you, this young man grew up in the ghetto. Okay? In the ghetto. Okay? They caught up with him at the airport where he says he only sees him birthdays. His daddy bought him a car when they first met at 20. And he said, you have the young name, now use it. That's it. Hey, you got my last name. Capitalize off of it the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to be an opportunist instead of this son that you knew you had. You know what I'm saying? But he was being raised by another man, a real man. So that's the only reason why he's not really as bitter as the other children. But you can hear the cracks and creaks in his voice when he talks about it. So there's this video I found where he's doing this interview and he is going around, riding around Compton where he grew up at and talking about how dangerous it was and things like that. I don't know why it's not in my history. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Library. Son caught up with him at TMZ. Love trying. Dr. Dre's daughter doesn't want to go to college. Okay, Dr. Dre's son, Curtis Young, interview. He's getting a haircut. Let me see.
So then I said to him,
I'm going to click on it on my phone just to put it in my history. So y'all give me a minute. Okay, so library. There it is.
Yeah, I was very protective with my mom, the firstborn, on my mom's side, and I was big brother, and there was fighting. They got into an argument, and I told him, hey, Dad, ease up, and then he said, his direct words like, "Nigga, I ain't your daddy." You want to know who your daddy is. You want to know who your real daddy is. Your real daddy is Dr. Dre.
So he was paraphrasing when he said the guy said, "Nigga, I ain't your daddy." But yeah, exactly. Well, maybe he wasn't. But in his other interview, he says he later found out that the stepfather wanted to tell him the truth about his father because he deserved to know, and they got into a big fight about it because he didn't feel right about lying to this boy. This boy was about to be 15 or 17, somewhere in their years old, and they had been lying to this kid his whole life, and he was like, I'm gonna still raise him. I already raised him. I'm gonna finish raising him, but he needs to know who his daddy is. So that's what their big argument was about. I want you to play Coach Tishton when this man talks about meeting Dr. Dre.
Yes. My mom, the firstborn, on my mom's side, and I was big brother, and there was fighting. They got alike. It was kind of like I said, the energy and the tension was there. It was like sweating bullets in there. It was a 50 Cent album. The first time we met, we shook hands, looked at each other, sat down, and then
So the first time he met Dr. Dre, he was a grown man, and this man shook his hand. I don't know how awkward it would be. I probably would have grabbed my child and hugged him, but whatever.
we couldn't even look at each. We couldn't look at each other because we looked so much alike. It was kind of like I said, the energy and the tension was there. It was like sweating bullets in there. It was so much tension, and my mom actually was in between us, and it was just like it was just monumental.
Mind you, this man is an abusive and notorious woman beater. So you see how he says my mom was in between this. Like, I'm pretty sure she had warned him, bro, this dude is psychotic. Leave him be. Don't take nothing from him. You know what I mean? But even then, you have this son that's interested in music. Your other biracial children, they're not interested in nothing but chilling. The one daughter don't even want to go to shit. I gotta pay my Comcast bill real quick, y'all. Dang it. If I answer. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. Hello? Yes, this is she. I'm doing something right quick, and I'm gonna call you right back and pay it. Do you have a card on file for me? Yeah, I'll pay. I'll pay through the automated system. All right, bye. I don't know about y'all, but when Xfinity call, I answer because that's the only way I be. Sometimes I be knowing I'm late on my bill because everything is paperless nowadays, so I don't get bills anymore. But I negate to remember what they're due. I know it's sad, child. Sometimes I get the text message, I respond through text message. But anybody know me know I'm bad at texting. So when I got their number saved, so when they call, I'm like, oh shit, it's late. But it only be like a week late. It's gonna be no big deal. So anywho, watch this.
So, it's the best way I can describe it.
Look just like him. And the man still wanted the blood test. Look, this the ghetto he grew up in when he was raised there with his stepfather. Now, I think that this man is such a well-rounded young man because of the fact that he had a father figure the first 15 to 18 years of his life. I don't know if him and the stepdad are still cool after him and the mother got divorced, but he had a father figure his entire life. However, those first 3 daughters he had, I'm not saying she wasn't a good mother or anything like that, but this is their mother. Now, a lot of times, baby daddies not want to take care of the child because they think it's gonna trickle over to the mother. Like for example, say I had a bitter baby daddy, and he didn't want to buy my daughter a pair of shoes because he thought I might wear them. You know what I mean? Or if I had a rich baby daddy, like 50 Cent, he didn't want to pay for a house for his ex, Shamika, because she might have sex with somebody else in it. She's a grown-up. What's that have to do with you ensuring there's a roof over your child's head? You see what I'm saying? So that's that bitter baby daddy stuff. Because if you don't love her and want to be with her no more, it don't matter what she's doing under that roof, as long as she's taking good care of your child. But that's how petty and narcissistic these men are. You know what I mean? So this is Lisa. Matter of fact, we can go back to the library. Baby, she don't even want to go to college, babe. She said she was forced to go to UCLA. Okay, I thought this was interesting too.
What do you know about Dr. Dunch?
He told us he was going to fix her. That wasn't.
Yo, Curtis, TMZ, you got a minute?
What's up, TMZ? What's going on?
Your dad just got 3.2.
Yeah, he like black women either. This lady is clearly looking like Latina, Euro
Billion.
Latina, or whatever.
What are you doing at the Ontario airport, and where's the private jet at?
Man, I don't know. House with a private jet at, man. Man, that'd be nice right now. I mean, I'm about to fly coach, man. I'm hungry. You know?
I bet don't none of them biracial children with Nicole have ever flown coach. You've never seen none of his black kids at no event. You ain't seen them nowhere. I didn't even know, not to backpedal bring up 50 Cent, but I didn't know 50 Cent had a son until that boy was like 12 or 13 years old. And I happened to see him back when he was doing G Unit with a bunch of chains and a big fur coat on. Then you wonder why the child want to call you for Jordans. You rich, Pops? Why don't I get to look rich? You get to look rich. He feel entitled. Is he not entitled? So he got to live poor because you grew up poor and just get rich on his own. You can give a child a legacy and a leg up. Child. Anyway.
It's all good, though.
So, hey,
how long have I been recording?
Hey, tell me something, though, man. He's a billionaire. Did your allowance go up? Or, how much money are you going to ask your dad for?
Man, that's his money, man. The B stand for Billy. You know what I mean? I knew he was going to do it, and I'm proud of him. That's him. Much power to him, man. And,
that's so fake. He just don't want to say nothing bad about him. So if he ever need him, he won't get cut off.
He's a billionaire?
Like I said, man, that's his money.
That's his money.
I don't know how it is to wake up $1 billion, my bad. To reach $1 million, $1 billion, my bad, $1 billion. You'll never see that.
So where you headed right now?
Man, to Mexico, man.
Mexico, man. You gotta be joking, man.
Nah, no joke, man. No joke
you think that's a smart move? You might get held as ransom or something.
You'll never see that. $1 billion. To reach $1 million, $1 billion. The first richest rapper in the business. To reach $1 million, $1 billion. My bad, $1 billion.
Hell no, he don't benefit off that. You can tell. Look at he flying coach and everything. He don't benefit off that. But he probably don't ask that man for nothing because he know he ain't gonna get shit from him. That boy say when he first met Dr. Dre, he bought him a car and said, you got the name, use it. I'm pretty sure it was an old used car like a Honda or something. He was driving a Ford in that interview. So I end up telling it was probably that Ford he was driving. I'm like, it just amazes me how many people co-sign him being a deadbeat. Like even with this girl being homeless. I could just go to my comments for this. And then I'm going to wrap this up. What is this? He's very interested. Maybe that's the kids whose mom didn't give him attitude or lip. I'm going out on a limb here and say she was the easiest to deal with. What? That he talking about the white lady. Let me see. What did I say? I grew up where it's biggest sitting at home. Work here is no excuse not to see your kids. I don't know what I was replying to, but I said except the white one. So it must have been something they're talking about the fact that he does take care of his kids or something. I said except the white ones because he definitely take care of the white ones. Maybe she was the easiest to deal with. All of them were beaten. So they all were in compliance. He takes care of the white ones. Because what happened? Oh, because they are a better look. Period. That's on period. She easy to deal. That's that, oh, the black girl got a bad attitude. When it's on record that he done beat the shit out of Michelle A. Lisa Johnson was fucking 15, 14 when she met him, 15 when she had his first child. He used to slap her around. He beat this boy's mama. All this shit is on record. You know, and now Nicole, now they're getting divorced, they're separated. Now he's a beater. But listen to all these people making an excuse for him. All these videos I commented on where no one is holding him accountable. Even on Breakfast Club, DJ Envy said, I could never do that to my daughters, but there's no telling what their relationship was like. They didn't have no relationship. Everybody's saying that Dr. Dre took care of her for 37 years. No, he didn't. She said he gave to me sometimes. At times was her exact words. Giving to somebody at times does not constitute taking care of them. And at one point, she received an allowance. Pocket change. You know how much an apartment costs in Las Vegas? This girl was a teen mom, just like her mom. You see what I'm saying? So a one-bedroom apartment in Vegas gonna cost you about $1,500 to $2,000. If you don't believe me, find somebody who's living in Las Vegas. The jobs dried up. Now, she was a deadbeat. When the jobs dried up, she went and rented a car and drove across state lines, which is illegal anyway, without if you don't tell them where you're going anyway, and not paying for the car to look for work. She's not a deadbeat. The woman just need help. This is a $1 billion man. He didn't raise her to be fiscally responsible. All he did was throw some change at her every now and then. From what I can see, none of his other kids have children but her. And you don't know, you have 4 grandchildren that you've never seen before, but they want to all make excuses for this deadbeat. Listen to some of this stuff. Let's see. Let's see. How do you... Okay, so do I go back? Yeah. So, bam. Y'all know I don't know how to work this damn computer. Don't do me. Okay. So, this young lady, I wish I could block her name out, but I can't. So, number one, look at the name of this video. It says, buy me a house. Okay, so if I was a millionaire, I would automatically set my children up with homes and cars. You know what I'm saying? Period. Even on Instagram, he just moved into a brand new mansion and he said, Daddy, daughter day in our new house. But I know he's already gotten word that girl is homeless. Remind you, she only goes to social media because she has no other way to contact him. She even says she has never had his phone number. She has never had his phone number. So let's keep that all the way a buck. While y'all saying he took care of her. If that was somebody that was taking care of her all her life and paying child support, I'm going to show you the house they grew up in. He didn't pay child support. He antagonized those women, threatened those women straight out of filing. Michelle A said that her damn self. He is very difficult to deal with. He is very violent, and you are scared not to comply. I can imagine him saying, I'm going to take your kids if you file. I'm going to do this. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have my people kill you. If you do this, you do that. Come on now. Y'all just saw him threaten Monique Slaughter from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood for saying that him and April went together. He threatened her. And she went online and said, you got me fucked up. So stop it. Y'all know why y'all giving this man a pass for being a deadbeat dad. But why? Because he's famous? Oh, he's rich, but he don't owe her nothing. A poor dad owe a kid something for the rest of their life. So watch this shit. So I want y'all to see this. And how everybody's making an excuse for him. Is this okay? If Dr. Dre had a son who acted like this, every person would say to him, man up, get a job, stop feeling sorry for yourself. But since it's a daughter, number one, she's not feeling sorry for herself. She is womaning up, and she is looking for work and hustling out of a rental car right now that she sleeps in. And she probably sleeping in between licks, dropping off people food and running their errands on these apps and stuff. So she's definitely not a deadbeat or a bum. Okay? But should she be struggling like that with $1 billion daddy? Like, come on. People are so... Ugh. So, but not to mention that he does do his children like that. Y'all remember when TMZ caught his son Marcel on the bus on his way to work? Oh, okay. His other son flying coach. Come on now. Get the hell out of here. So he did the same to his son. I liked it. Thank you. Because people forgot. So this is what I said. Hold on. No matter, this isn't the father's fault. She had 18 years of being taken care of. She should have chosen to actually do something with herself instead of lived it partying. And now she's making assumptions. She don't know that girl. She was a teenage mother. She wasn't raised. She was raising herself in the ghetto. Like no billionaire's child. At the time, by the time he was 25, he had made his first million. That would make this girl like 5 or 6. So by the time she was 5 or 6, you had to made your first million. They should have been instantly moved out the ghetto. I don't care how many baby mamas he had. All of them. Instantly. So stop it. Instead of being responsible adult. Let's see. Okay, but okay. Okay, so it get the freak out of your parents and work then. Okay. Be it get the freak out of your parents and work then. Like, I don't understand the mind frame of these people. Like, I guess derelict daddies is just so normalized until we don't think it's even odd to see it. We're so used to looking at it, it's like we desensitized to fuck shit. You know what I mean? That's crazy. He took care of her longer than 18 years. But he didn't, though. He didn't even take care of her for 18 years. You obviously don't know what red pill is then. Okay, whatever. So I want to get to my comment that had so many where me and this young lady had an exchange. So does anyone know how to get there? Let me see. Because I think it was very telling that a fatherless child had so much venom and was actually backing up a deadbeat dad. I thought that was like so weird because that's not something that I could see myself doing. I couldn't be a fatherless child and not have any compassion or empathy for another fatherless child that had to raise themselves and had to do for themselves, you know? But she said that since she got up and worked and did what she had to do, then this girl should do the same. But that's what she's doing. This the same daughter that was working at FedEx, remember? Or was that what's the other rich guy's daughter? all them black kids getting jobs at FedEx. Like what was that, Jay-Z daughter? Somebody was supposed to get a job at FedEx. I thought it was Dr. Dre's daughter. But hold on. Okay, so actually that is a lie. Dr. Dre does have his son with Miss Chalet, and when he was struggling, we all said the same thing. His rich ass daddy said the same thing. I probably put where's his rich ass daddy when they were spotted on the bus. So this is my first comment here. So I don't know. This is when I start commenting to her. This is the young lady that says she doesn't have a daddy. That's a Dr. Dre paid. That's a lie. I can't type either. I guess y'all. That's a lie. Dr. Dre paid child support. He did pay child support to Miss Chalet, and he didn't pay child support to this woman. He sent them through the ringer in court. to the point that they were exhausted and get tired of fighting for child support. He's a known abuser, threatened to take their children away from them if they continue to fight for child support. Y'all keep giving him a pass. There is no way a billionaire should have a child struggling regardless of age. Not submitting the fact that maybe they wouldn't be struggling if they wasn't raised in a struggle. I think I'm not forgetting. If they actually had a brilliant business mind, raising them, molding them, preparing them. It's funny how when a child comes out great, the parents did a great job. But when a child comes out fucked up, it's the child's fault. Here she is. I don't care about that. The child is grown. If I was already in my 20s when my father's helped as a billionaire giving me finances, I'd be good on my own by 24. Okay, it's called being responsible. Where's the men she laid up with to make these babies? Probably the same place Dr. Dre at. Shit. Girls often get with niggas like they daddies before they even realize it. So there's no telling where they at. He gave her a pocket change, a couple thousand here and there. No love, no guidance. She didn't have access to him, let alone his wealth. People just don't want to hold him accountable because it's Dr. Dre. It's funny how when a child ends up successful, at the risk of sounding redundant, I repeated myself. But when they don't, it's the child's fault. Dude, stop making excuses. After 18, you look after yourself. Like, we have to stop that in the black community. We got to stop putting our kids out at 18. It's 18. T-E-E-N. They're still teenagers. Therefore, they're still children. You can't even decide to drink alcohol legally until you're 21 years old. But you're supposed to be able to manage a household fiscally and mentally at the age of 18. Child, when you just now trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, which is why a lot of kids go to college, is not so much to receive a degree, it's to trying to figure out what they like, what lane they belong in, or what they want to do. So you look after yourself. I ain't have a father in my life, and guess what? And I work. Guess what? I had to grow up to no help. Hold on. No help, and I'm doing right. So stop the excuses. You never felt entitled to the wisdom and support of a father. That's sad. That's really, really sad. Because, oh Lord, this is a long one too, huh? God damn. Okay, I'm gonna read it, y'all. I typed it. And I'm telling what let's see. That's really, really sad. And it says a lot about your community. The fact that you're making excuses for a deadbeat. I'll be damned if I throw an 18-year-old child to the streets to survive on their own. Not old enough to make a financial decisions. And the black community has to stop doing that. Stop doing that. A person can't even buy alcohol till the age of 21, but at the tender age of 18, you think a child should be able to take care of themselves. A job and a career is two different things. Manual labor and intellectual labor are two different things. Renting a nice place and owning a nice place are two different things. Learning about credit through credit, not through messing it up, is much different than learning about credit after you have blundered yours. So before messing it up, it's different from learning about credit after you have blundered yours. Yes, it is obvious the lady have made some bad decisions, but without proper guidance, what is she to do? You can't say that she grew. You can't say for her to grow up because she is obviously consistently trying, looking for work and things of that nature. Those that know better do better. If she was also thrown on the streets at the age of 18, it's quite possible that without adequate guidance, all of her bad ideas that she thought were good ideas led her to in the predicament that she is in 20 years later. With no father, how does she know a good man when she sees one? Instead of finding out he's a deadbeat after he leaves her alone to raise a child by herself. Again, no guidance. Y'all bugging. At least the not a deadbeat. At least the not a deadbeat like her dad. She out here grinding. At least she not a deadbeat like her dad. She out here grinding is what I meant. Y'all want to watch me struggle read? Well, not struggle read, but struggle read what I type, child. I use my microphone when I'm going off like this and telling what this shit really say. I probably need to start proofreading it, but I just hit post. God damn it. I be in it. Nope, because that's an excuse at the point from 18 plus. So she says she don't feel entitled to her father's wisdom or guidance. That's sad. That is sad for this young lady. I need to learn on my own. Your parents' job is to guide you. But you're just saying you didn't get a guidance. So your parents didn't even do that job with you. Neither did hers with her. It is what it is. To guide you so you can be successful and leave, not depend on them any longer. But if you can't do that, you need to for yourself. But if they can't do that, you need to do it for yourself, or you end up homeless and nobody cares. And so many fatherless, and she basically agreeing with me, but don't know it. So many fatherless and motherless children do end up. So many fatherless and motherless children do end up like this young lady. Not everyone can raise themselves. Any normal person would have mental issues being raised in a low income environment with no father, a stud mother who started having children at 15. I will never make an excuse for a deadbeat, regardless of how you feel. Of you feeling that she should have pulled herself up on the bootstraps. The fact remains that her dad is a deadbeat. All of his black children say the same thing, from Tanya to Curtis. Even though Curtis said it in a polite manner, he didn't do shit for him neither. You got the name, run with it. His name not even Young, is it? Did he change it? Let me see. To the son who died of a heroin overdose. They aren't lying. What is really disturbing is that you yourself are a fatherless child and you have no empathy, sympathy. You're not holding Dr. Dre accountable. It is having at all for having fatherless children. He himself being a fatherless child. All children are entitled to fathers to have unwavering support. My best friend totaled her car. Yeah, her daddy bought her another one. Daddies are the shit. I would never want to be as stiff as you, child, but I'm glad that you made it. Many others don't. So I'm not gonna read the rest of this. It's just showing like the neglect of it all. Like, as a billionaire, you don't leave your child in the streets. I repeat, as a billionaire, like as a thousandaire, you don't leave your child in the streets. But there was only one black dude that sided with me and said that he was a whole ass guy for what he did, and that is this guy right here. I want to show him to you. Let's see. I don't know Dre, nor have I ever met him. I cannot speak on that man's character. However, my question is, when does a 38-year-old take responsibility for their own life? She's been taking responsibility for her own life. She just needs help. Like, who doesn't need help? I needed help like 3 years ago when I was going through something. Parents don't get to stop being parents. You know, they could choose to. I guess I'm just glad I got blessed with some good ones, because that is crazy for your daughter to hit a rough patch and you not be like, baby, I got you. Don't worry about it. Especially knowing that you didn't raise her. You didn't give her the proper footing. These billionaire crackheads out here sitting, getting sent to Club Malibu and rehab over and over again. They're getting set up at corporate level jobs while they doing cane on their desk that they don't even deserve over and over again. These billionaire parents take loss after loss, hide DWIs and run overs and failure to stops and all kind of shit for their kids. But this not this black guy. No, he ain't have to do nothing for his. And they saying she need to work, she need to work, she need to work. Wait a goddamn minute. Nikki and Paris Hilton don't work. They're well trained. I bet they're ready to take over their Hilton name, but they ain't working. There was an heiress. His other children ain't working. They're always on vacation, posting pictures. The youngest daughter said she was forced to go to UCLA. She didn't even want to go to University of California. Los Angeles, whatever the fuck it's called, that he donated that $70 million building to. Every kid he got should be able to go to UCLA for free. But he didn't hook it up like that. Come on, man. You don't know what these girls could have been had you put some time and effort into them. That's crazy. That is crazy. People are acting like she's some abandoned 12-year-old. She's a mother. Psst, me off. That's crazy. Like, no one held this man accountable, especially black men. They was making so many goddamn excuses for him. Tell it was crazy. Okay, now this is the black man right here. Blackspin, you're so right. As a black man, this makes us look bad. He could have purchased her a house. When it's kids involved, it goes beyond your daughter. That's crazy. Like, none of his kids should be living in an apartment. None of his kids should be from Compton. His children are from Compton. The very ghetto he struggled and strived to get out of, and to have kids that have European phenotypes so they don't look like they from Compton. Them kids, them white girl kids, they never seen Compton. Like, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy, right? Let's go look at their Instagrams real quick before I go. Look at this. Yeah, it was Jay-Z's daughter. Like, this crazy. All these black men, no one is holding him accountable for his child. And it's talking about she need to do better. Well, if she was raised better, maybe she'd do better. Let me show y'all Lisa real quick. And then I want to show y'all the rest of these kids and how lavish they get to live. So this is a video 7 years old. I think that she was trying to be a rapper at some point. This is her mom. That's their little Compton house.
I don't see no Honolulu up in there.
That's one. I guess this picture one of her sisters, but. Look, just a happy good girl. That's her mama right there, the stud bro. She had a happy life, but it was a poor one. You could tell.
I don't know if we could touch her right now. I'm not really too much feeling too many of these female rappers. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't created nothing.
So, and you know, I think she tried to capitalize off her father's name by saying she was in his shadow and stuff. But you were never in. He has to acknowledge you as his child to be in his shadow, which he has never done. Even his wife should be ashamed of himself. How can you label a man and he does not do for all of his kids? It's sad. She white. She don't care about these nigga children, these nigglets. That's his job to care about all his children and to make sure she cared about them too as the stepmother. Give a damn about these Negro children. Now they bitter. Wow. So they don't get to be bitter and upset? I'm saying it is mostly black women that be condoning this shit. Easy E, he has a bitter daughter. No, he has a hurt daughter that Megan Thee Stallion was able to do a remix to her daddy's song before she was. Because of the stepmother that didn't give a fuck about them other kids. This is crazy. Look at this shit. No one checking Dr. Dre. They all said she's bitter. Music industry. I'm through. I'm just disgusted at the black community at this point. But anyway, let me show you another. Let me let you hear this lady speak. Many women and 7 children. He has more than 7 children, but okay. 9 children, 5 baby mamas, 1 wife, 1 expensive divorce. That's it right there. I'm so tired of these people. I bet none of them held him accountable. How many minutes is this? Is it like 3 or 4 minutes? We can listen to it real quick.
Through my online store alone, we've sold over $500,000 worth of spices. That's so crazy.
I went from selling to my town.
In an interview, Dr. Dre's oldest daughter, LaTanya Young, revealed that she's homeless and living out of her car and hasn't received any money from her dad in a
She
year
looked like a
and
female
half.
with a long face like her mom.
Well, she also said that her kids are staying with friends until she's able to provide for them financially. Now, Young works for DoorDash and Uber Eats as a delivery driver and says that she's just trying to keep her head above water while paying off her debt.
Some sad ass
What are your
shit.
thoughts on this story? And is it Dr. Dre's responsibility to provide for his adult daughter?
You know, this story is so layered to me, right? Because the first question I have is, how was this daughter conceived? Considering the fact that Dr. Dre has such a disregard for her, it seems as if there is no parental dad-daughter relationship. I'm curious to know, was her mom a groupie, a jump-off, no disrespect intended, and that's how she came about, and that's why he has
The mom was a
emotional
15-year-old
attachment
child.
to her? Because if he did, she'd be in a much better financial situation, considering that your dad is worth $800 million. Secondly, you know, it's not his responsibility to take care of his adult daughter and her children. But thirdly, just from an optics perspective, just from being a good person, I just don't understand why long time ago Dr. Dre just wouldn't have bought the damn girl a townhouse, put $1 million in the damn trust and said, I'm done with you after this. Please leave me the hell alone. Considering the fact that it would literally be no sweat off his back.
Al, what do you think?
I understand what Q is saying, but I feel like this, whether it was a jump off or a groupie or not, that's your seed, that's your child.
Okay.
Whether you have a good relationship with her or not, she's homeless. And she's got, what, didn't the report say she has 3 or 4 kids? So, you know, he is extremely wealthy. He has supported her in the past. He's only stopped supporting her in the last year and a half. I'm not one to tell him what to do, but even if he doesn't like her, how about this, Dr. Dre? You make $1 gazillion. So why don't you just put her on the payroll to help counter your tax liabilities? As an $800 million nair, you got to have tax liabilities, and one of the easiest things to do is put people on your payroll to reduce your tax liability. In this case, hit her off a couple of $1,000s. You can write it off on your taxes, and you never have to talk to her. It's a win-win situation for you. Now you're out here looking suspect. Like I said, I can't tell you what to do with your money. You're a grown man, and that's a grown woman. But the optics, like Q is saying, it just doesn't look good, and you don't need that. What's the point?
I agree, and I'm not. I get your responsibility legally at 18 is over, but it's still another human being. I feel bad for people that have no blood relation to me, where I'll help them out. And on a future show, we'll talk about all the people hitting us up for money, me and Al, right? But like, I just don't see.
I'm done watching that. I wanted y'all to see the mom's interview where she was talking about Dr. Dre. This is when Maurice was talking about he threatened to send people to beat her. He was gonna beat her ass. This is old. I'm trying to find a video of the mother. Whatever, y'all get the point. At the end of the day, Dr. Dre is a deadbeat, and a lot of black male deadbeats are just clowning him. You know, or condoning him being that. Then you have stuff like this. So you know me, I'm messy, child. I inboxed his daughter and said, Are you going to help your homeless sister? Do you even know your black siblings? I did. I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I ain't playing. So, then what was his other name? Troyce? Trucy Young? What is this boy name? Let me see. Maybe it'll go back. Let's see. So this is his channel. So let me show y'all his page. I mean, y'all, look.
Stop! Just do something else! Just God.
No, where's it at? He deleted the picture. It said Daddy Daughter Day. First day in our new house. I don't know what the picture is. Well, I don't know why the parent never gives up, stops helping and assisting regardless of their mistakes and issues and problems. Fathers do not be angry. And she's quoting the scripture. I'm trying to find out. Buy a home for your fucking daughter and give her a lump sum of money and call it a day. Because, like, my whole thing is giving a girl a couple $1,000s every now and then to shut the fuck up is not helping. Where is you taking a knee, but you a deadbeat daddy? Shut the fuck up. Where is that picture at? Let me see. Maybe it's on her page. Nope. She didn't turn her comments off, y'all, so I couldn't comment on here. So you know I tried, y'all. Look at her. She's just chilling on the island, baby. Refused to go to college and everything. And still reaping the reward. Doing her thing, honey. Her and all her little white friends, child. That's having fun. Let's see. See, you can't comment? Let me see. Can you comment right here? Oh. So ain't that sad? And then look up the son. Whatever. Y'all get the point. These kids balling, living high on the hog. For her birthday, she got a whole trip. I don't know when the other daughter's birthday is, but she ain't fit to get it like this. This girl just living a good life, working off Instagram. If she even get paid off her Instagram. And just chilling. And he is so proud that to be his daughter, I guess, child. But he heard it but delete that picture that said father daughter day. He must have just deleted. I wish I had a screenshot it, man. Maybe it's and you'd be surprised how many black women I've seen that are so off code and out of touch and condoning this derelict behavior. And it's the black women that's saying she to pull herself up from the bootstraps. She supposed to be stronger than that. No, she's supposed to have a daddy. Regardless of liking the mother or not. You skeeted that lady 3 times as a teenager, bro. He was 18, she was 14. By the time that girl was 20, by the time the baby mama was 20, she had 3 of his kids and he was on his way to making his first million. But he was also an alcoholic, a drunk, and a woman beater when he was younger. We all know he had problems when he was younger. But when he got sober and started using exercise and an outlet and all this his stuff, he didn't go back to the ghetto and pull his kids out of Compton. You know what I'm saying? That's sad. That is so, so sad. He don't post these other children. Let me see if this man got an Instagram. Who is surgeon? Let me see. Go look at images. Dr. Dre's son looking like reveals why he did not meet him till the age of 20. And he better be damn lucky. He would be a fucked up kid right now because he would have grew up knowing his daddy ain't want him. Like the rest of them kids. That's the only thing that separates him from the other kids is he had a daddy. The rest of them knew who their daddy was and knew he didn't want him. He's the only child that he has that did not know he was his father until adultdom. And that's why he ain't worried about it, begging him or nothing like that, because he got a fucking daddy. You know what I'm saying? He got a goddamn daddy. So fuck him. What he say, that's his money. I ain't tripping. And then he's smart enough to play the game. With him having a daddy, he not looking for no love. Because he had a father. So he's smart enough to play chess with him. You feel me? Oh, you know, he like his ego stroke. He's an egomaniac. My mom already told me he's violent. So, and he ain't trying to be like Ike Jr. get beat the fuck up to go to Tina house. Dad, he gonna kill you. He gonna kill you, mama. You can't go on that stage tonight. Looking ass. Bro, let's see if we can find his Instagram. Let's see what he got going on before I get up off of here. Like, none of these people. Who the fuck that is? The Children of NWA. Podcast episode. Oh. So maybe we can find his Instagram. I just want to see if his Instagram he had any pieces of Dr. Dre on there because Dr. Dre damn sure had no pictures of him on his. And why did he play him in the movie? He got another young kid from Compton to play him when he could have let his son get that bag, like Ice Cube did. But he'll never look out for his kids. The most he probably did was put a word in here and a word in there, if that much. Okay, so Curtis Young official. There we go. The man only got 45,000. Child. Okay, let's see where they at hugging. He got a Mexican child, a Mexican wife. So he happy he don't have no black Negro daughter. He knew not to bring no Negro in that bitch to talk to him. Mind you, this man ain't posted on his page at all. Just mind you that he is not posted on Dr. Dre page at all. I just wanted to show you that. All right, I'm about to end this here. It's I don't know. He ain't posted this little boy at all on his page. But hey, maybe he'll open some doors for him and help him get to where he needs to be. Because damn sure ain't showing him no love otherwise. Luckily, he wasn't raised by Dre and didn't grow up knowing that was his fault. I think that's what brings normalcy to him. And it also brings a bit of normalcy to his relationship with Dre. Because it's just a guy in the music industry meeting up with another guy in the music industry. It's not a child looking for a father or looking for a come up because he got a daddy. He has a good head on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He's not this. A fatherless child has a fucked up mentality. You know what I'm saying? And you see it in Dr. Dre. You see it in the girl and the hardness of the heart of the woman who was commenting, where she had no empathy or sympathy for this other girl who grew up without a daddy and had a 15-year-old mother. Yeah, they grew up together. By the time that girl was 7, that lady was just making 22. Just old enough to drink, but I'm pretty sure she had been drinking and smoking the whole time. And I'm telling her what kind of parents she had. For her to be 14 and fucking a grown-ass man? And what kind of person was Dr. Dre to be a grown-ass 18-year-old fucking a 14-year-old? You see what I'm saying? But everybody's on Tanya's ass and she need to grow up. She's almost 40. 40 with what mentality? How old was she when she first experienced trauma? We often get stuck at that age. Personally, I don't give a damn how old a child get. You should always be willing to look out and help that child. I don't care. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to at least have a black girlfriend, but that'll be too much like right. Bro, I don't even see his mama posted on this hoe, but he posted the deadbeat daddy, but not the mama that raised him. Talk about clout chasing. Maybe that's the mama. To my best friend, Royal Young. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Oh, I think that's his mommy. Or is that Tiffany? No mommy, just his bitch and his daddy. But whatever, I'm not one to judge. It is what it is. You know, I'm just like, bro, help the girl out, buy the girl a house. He's so trifling. It just don't make no sense at this point. And I really just want to talk about how it just puts a microscope on the black community, how black men really feel about their children, because there was not one black man that said it couldn't be my daughter. She need to do this, she need to do that, she need to do this. Nobody said that couldn't be my daughter. One black dude in my comments. I'm talking about I was on a lot of videos commenting. One person told me to shut the fuck up, called me a dumb bitch. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that you could be so enthralled in ratchet behavior that you honestly feel like it's okay for a man, regardless of his status, regardless of how much money he has, to neglect a child that's homeless. And again, she's not a bum. She's looking for work. She's trying. She crossed state lines looking for work. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Stop it. She's in debt. We don't know what's going on in California when so many people probably stole the unemployment, so they probably hardly couldn't get her none. And then she went to California and she was in Las Vegas. And then if they was giving them a lump sum and you trying to pay an apartment just say if they gave you $10,000, right? $10,000. Your apartment is $2,000. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5 months if you only pay your rent. Mind you, you're not working. Okay? So we don't know how much money she was making at FedEx, if she qualified for food stamps or not. We don't live in Las Vegas. So you're not going. So that's only 5 months of rent if you got $10,000 during the unemployment thing, right? Every state did it different. So let's say, for example, so that's if you only pay rent 5 months, right? What about your lights, water, and whatever else you got? So that's gonna take $2,000 that away, maybe even $3,000 away. So that maybe even $4,000, depending, because the lights is expensive in Vegas, man. Child, stay out there for a month. I can't wait to bring my bitch ass back. But I was younger at that time. I was in college. I ain't have no children or nothing. So, but it was expensive just for that 1 month I was out there. It's crazy, right? So we could take 2 months of rent off the table just because we're going to need $4,000 for bills for the next 5 months too. Oh, we forgot about a car note. If she got one. Oh, nope, it was repossessed. Like, come on. Y'all tripping. I just think that it is very, very sad that It's very, very sad that no one is holding Dr. Dre accountable just out of straight being a fan. Now, on Instagram, I saw some people say, buy your daughter a house, buy your daughter a house, and all this and all that. I don't even think he should buy her house. At the bare minimum, he should buy her house. You need to employ her. Hire her. She keep going from job to job. Give her financial stability. Hire her at your company. She could be an assistant making $20 an hour. $25 an hour, $30 an hour. We gotta be honest, she gonna need a bunch of money an hour just because the cost of living is high in Los Angeles. A shotgun house will cost you a shotgun house is when you look through the front door, you can see the back door. A shotgun house is gonna cost you anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000 a month. In Compton, over there Slauson. I looked it up last time I went out there. To get a house in the ghetto was about $3,000 a month. So she would have to move her grandkids somewhere that he wouldn't allow them light-skinned kids to live at. And for all them people saying, oh, she took care of him. He took care of her for almost 8 years and all that. That's a goddamn lie. Because she already said my mama should have been getting $300,000 a month. He should have been forced to pay our health insurance. He should have been forced to do this and this and that for it. If there was a court order agreement in place, then he would have had to pay those things from support down to health care. But there wasn't one because he had intimidated and scared the hell out of them people. Y'all read that book him and his mama wrote about that baby mama. And what all they said about her, call all kind of fast tail hoes and all kind of stuff. But your grown 18-year-old son put 3 babies in that little 14-year-old girl. Who was a fatherless child herself. And then he's a fatherless child making single parent households, creating more fatherless children. He got 9 kids, only 3 of them got a daddy. That ought to be said. That says a lot. And I'm done. This is Black Span. I'm out. I just felt like, Dead Beats by Dre, shame on you. I won't be listening to your new album, even though I know it's going to be a banger. Because for what? All you're going to do is take all the money that we have given to you. You're going to take it in the gray shade and white and European culture. Not a dime of that is going to go to the ghetto. You gave $7 million to USC. But how much money did you give to HBCUs? None. And they're the ones that need the money. If it wasn't for Trump, a lot of HBCUs would be closed already. But he made it so they perpetually getting funded. Y'all is a trip. And the more I look at the Black community as a whole, it's not just political savvy that we need. We don't even have social graces within ourselves. We don't even agree on the position a father's supposed to take. Y'all want the woman to be the father and the mother and yet call her masculine and strong and all these things and put in derogatory spins on positive things. Why? When you could be the daddy, you could be the provider. You can take care of your kids. This is a billionaire trifling daddy. Boy, these 100-naires, these 1,000-naires, boy, they don't stand a chance. These poor cherry, boy, I hope your mama is good. Because, baby, most Black people I know ain't got no daddy. And that's a shame. Even the millionaires are fatherless. This is Black Span. And I am out, y'all. Oh, wait a minute.